Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we had begun with a new chapter, tracing changes through 1,000 years. Right? We have been tracing our history 1,000 year back. Much before your Mughal emperor was there, much before your this Prithviraj Chauhan was there. We are talking about that history, right? And yesterday we had a discussion also about the two maps, one by Al-Idrisi and another by another cartographer, right? And the two maps looked very different as well. Why? Because one was drawn one was drawn in 1154 and another was drawn 600 years after Arab geographer Al-Idrisi has drawn the map. So the maps by Arab geographer Al-Idrisi, right? He made a map in 1154, and a French cartographer who made it 600 years after in 720 of the same region we are talking about, give a large sketch of the Indian subcontinent as known in earlier times. In Al-Idrisi's map, South India is where we would expect to find North India, and Sri Lanka is the island at the top. Place names are marked in Arabic and there are some well-known names like Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh. The second map seems more familiar to us, and the coastal areas in particular are surprisingly detailed. This map was used by European sailors and merchants in their voyages. The science of cartography differs in different time periods. Definitely differs. Why? Because the maps were different, the area under control were different, right? Like when Mughal emperors have come to India, right, they had annexed a lot of countries in they have annexed a lot of portion in the nearby areas as well. So the map of India during the Mughal period would be different. The map of India during Ashoka reign would be different, right? So the maps in different time periods are different. And this is what the science of cartography is. Like in earlier, if you see in earlier maps, a map of India, a political map of India 1 year before, Jammu and Kashmir was shown as a state. Now Jammu and Kashmir has been divided into two parts, right? Into two union territories. Jammu and Leh are there, right? So there is a change in map. It is a change which we are seeing right now, right? So map differs in different time periods according to the political changes which take place. When historians read documents, maps and text from the past, they have to be sensitive to the different historical backgrounds, the context in which information about the past was produced. Now, new terminologies. Historical records exist in a variety of languages which have changed considerably over the years. The difference is not just with regard to grammar and vocabulary. The meanings of words also change over time. The term Hindustan was coined by Minhaj-e-Siraj, a chronicler who wrote in Persian for areas around Punjab, Haryana, and the lands between Ganga and Yamuna. He used the term in a political sense for lands that were a part of the dominions of the Delhi Sultan. The areas included shifted with the extent of the Sultanate, but the term never included South India, right? The term Hindustan was coined by Minhaj-e-Siraj during the Delhi Sultanate, right? When your Delhi Sultanate was there. And he had used this term for the areas around Punjab, Haryana and land between Ganga and Yamuna. But South India was never included in it. In the early 16th century, Babur used Hindustan to describe the geography, the fauna and the culture of the inhabitants of the subcontinent. This was somewhat similar to the way the 14th century poet Amir Khusrau used the word Hind. Now, we are talking about the new terminologies, the names given to our country in different time period. And what does that name meant? Why that name was given? What was the story behind giving that term to our country? In Hindi, the term Pardesi was used to describe an alien. In Persian, it was called Ajnabi. Historians today have to be careful about the terms they use because they meant different things in the past. A city dweller, therefore, might have regarded the forest dweller as a foreigner, but two peasants living in the same village were not foreigners to each other, even though they may have had different religious or caste backgrounds. Now, class, you will study about these new terminologies. You will go through the through your ebook as well. Fine. And if any query is there regarding anything, you can contact me on your WhatsApp group. But within the duration which is mentioned, 8 to 1:30. Thank you.